What's going on, you guys? Welcome to the Razy Podcast. This is your host, Cristopher Zamora. Welcome to the show. So, today, guys, I'm going to speak to you about the newest movie that came out for the Mad Max Saga. It is called Furiosa. Now, for this movie, Anya Taylor-Joy, she is the main actress in this movie. She is the protagonist, and she plays as Furiosa. I gotta say, man, this movie is good, right? But like Mad Max Fury Road, it's just 10 times better. I don't know. I feel like something was missing from this movie. Like Chris Hemsworth comes out on this movie as well. He plays as the man named Dementis. I think that's his name. And like his role as the bad guy, I do not see it, man. I do not actually really see it. Like overall, the whole movie, it was it wasn't that great. I don't know. I think the thing that ruined the movie for me, it was like maybe the it just cut into chapters and stuff, and also the fade ins and outs of the movie that just took away from the whole movie overall. Don't get me wrong, like it had good action scenes, and like the story, it did somewhat make sense. But like I said, there's just something missing from this movie. There was no Max, and I don't know. It just seems like the movie didn't need Max in this movie. What I like about Mad Max Fury Road is that almost every character that comes out on the movie, they have a goal, right? Like Furiosa on Mad Max Fury Road, she wants to help the five wives to get out of Immortan Joe's care. Like she wants to drive them out from that place. Mad Max, he has his own goal. He wants to get out of that place and try to find a newer place, you know? And also, he had the war boy as well. Like he wanted to prove himself that he can actually be a driver on the Fury Road. And I don't know, I think that's what this movie lagged in some sort of way. Like I know that Furiosa was supposed to be just focused mostly on herself, but like I feel like it did needed more side characters in a way, and not just only focus on her. Like I said, the movie was good, but like the Mentas, the main antagonist, he wasn't as strong as Immortal Joe. I feel like Immortal Joe, he will destroy the Mentas just like that if they go 1-on-1 against each other. Like I really didn't feel like no threat to the Mentas, but like Morton Joe, yeah, man, he had like all those war boys with him, and like the Mentas, you seem like he was very disorganized. I think that's what was his downfall in this movie. The whole purpose of the movie was for Furiosa to go up against the Mentas because he was the person that murdered her mom, and that's why she wanted revenge. And she was able to get it by the ending of the movie. At the end, we got to see that the Mentas, damn, it was so crazy. He was actually the man that had like some fertilized um just growing out of him, like a tree growing out of him. You were able to see that part as well in Fury Road, but like Furiosa, you already know that that was actually him. The Mentis like growing plants out of himself. There was a peach that was growing on the plant, and Furiosa took it. And after that scene, she took the five wives, and then she ran away with them as far as she could away from Immortan Joe. And that's how the movie actually ended, and that's how Fury Road actually started. Yeah, like I said, Road was the best one overall. And I kind of did feel like this movie was actually pretty long as well. And yeah, so sorry, man. So sorry that I had to give this movie a 6 out of 10. But like overall, she was just missing just a few things. Like it needed a little bit more. I don't know. It just seemed like something was off from the movie. But Fury Road, I feel like that was a perfect movie. Like there was nothing missing. Like they have multiple characters that we cared about. But for Furiosa, there was not that much. Not many characters, and that's what I think. That's what the franchise needs a lot more. Like he had to put all these characters all in one movie and try to make the audience care for them. I think that was the main thing that was lacking for this movie. But yeah, I gotta give this movie a 6 out of 10 overall. Let's see how much they actually gave this movie. I think the last time I saw it, I think it was in the high 90s. So Rotten Tomatoes, the score right now, it is at 90%. That is the critic score, and the audience score, they gave it 89%. Well, a lot more people actually did like the movie, but like for me, I was kind of in the middle. Like I said, they gave the movie a 6 out of 10, but it is what it is, man. And still, I haven't even seen the movie called Dune Part 2. I refuse to watch it, man. I know it's on Max already, but I just refuse to watch it because I just did not like the very first movie. It's not that I don't like desert movies, it's just that I just don't find them entertaining nowadays. Like I remember watching the Resident Evil Extinction, that movie, that was a great one. If you have a desert with zombies, dude, that just makes a good combo. And also we have a killer protagonist. That was a badass movie. Resident Evil Extinction is my favorite one from all the Resident Evil movies that have come out. That was the best one for me. But anyways, guys, yeah, I gave the movie a 6 out of 10. Now moving on, I want to speak to you about Jiri Procházka versus Alex Pereira 2. They're going to fight the second time, and I believe it's not going to be any different from what happened in the very first match. I feel like Alex Pereira might actually get another win against Jiri Procházka, man. The guy is just that great. He is that good, man. He could potentially be the first guy to become a champ. The person who holds 3 titles at the same time. The very first person to hold 2 titles was Conor McGregor. But I believe Alex Pereira can actually be the first person to hold the 3 belts. That would be insane, man. Basically, he is someone like the Mike Tyson of UFC in a way. Like he's just been knocking guys out left and right, and he's been getting good shots at them. Maybe like his weakness probably is just grappling. He's just not that great at that. But like on his striking, his kicking, it's all there, man. He's close to being an overall great fighter. That's what makes Alex Pereira so great. He is not afraid to actually fight somebody in a 2-week notice or something, dude, because he actually goes for it. He wants to fight. This guy lives for fighting. Just like, I think it was like 3 or 4 months ago, he fought Jamal Hill, and now he's going to fight again. This pay-per-view, it was supposed to be Conor McGregor versus Michael Chandler, but since Conor McGregor got injured, now Alex Pereira is the main event for this upcoming pay-per-view. It's going to be him against Jiri Procházka. It's going to be a rematch. Jiri Procházka is no joke either. I've seen him fight as well. And like, I really thought that he was going to beat Alex Pereira in the very first match, but I was wrong, man, because Alex Pereira, he just has that grit, man. He just goes after his opponents, no matter the cost. You know, I also heard that Alex Pereira, he does have injured toes, and he's still going to fight just like that. I don't know why. I also heard that Conor McGregor, he got a broken toe, and that is why he's not going to fight Michael Chandler. Why is that? Why is that, man? Is Conor McGregor actually scared of Michael Chandler? Because that was the main reason why they canceled the main event. They had to change it because Conor McGregor was injured. His injury was because he got a broken toe. And the crazy part is Alex Pereira is still going to fight with his broken toes against Jiri Procházka. Why, man? Why did Conor McGregor do that? Why is he so afraid of Michael Chandler, dude? But it is what it is, dude. Alex Pereira should give a great fight against Jiri Procházka. Let's see how it actually goes, man. It'd be crazy if Jiri Procházka actually gets a win, and we're probably going to see a trilogy fight against these two. And that stare down that they had when the announcer was calling out their names, ooh, you should have seen that, man. Like, they were staring at each other and they weren't blinking at all. They were very serious, dude. It was like a movie. It's just so insane, dude. Probably Jiri can actually get a win against Alex, but we will see, man. For my prediction on this fight, I believe that Alex Pereira, he might actually get a TKO win in the third round. That's my guess. The third round TKO win for Alex Pereira against Jiri Procházka. Let's see how it actually goes down, man. I am excited to see. Now I want to speak to you about the movie called Smile 2. I didn't mention to y'all about that movie, but there's has actually been test screenings already. So look, I found something on Twitter saying that Smile 2 had a test screening, and it says right here, Paramount executives are very pleased with how it scored. So most of the people that actually went to go see it, they really did enjoy the movie. And it says right here, it's better than the original. There's also a cameo from another horror franchise. That's what I'm very intrigued. What could be the other franchise that came out on this movie? Another thing that they wrote was the story is great. And this is the last thing that they wrote. It had bigger stakes and scares. That's what they mentioned to y'all on the last podcast for this movie. Smile 2, it seemed like it is now going to have bigger stakes because the main protagonist in this movie, she is the famous pop star, and she was the person that actually saw her friend or her colleague got murdered, and now the curse is stuck with her at all times. I wonder how they're gonna pull it off, man. I am so excited for that movie. That's that one and Terrifier 3. Those are my two most anticipated movies for this year. Terrifier 3 is actually gonna come out on October 25th. And do yourself a favor, do not watch Terrifier 2 alone, man. I still can't get over that part that came out on Terrifier 2. If you guys have seen the movie, then you know what part I'm talking about. But yeah, that one is coming out on October 25th. And I think Smile 2 is going to come out around September time. I could be wrong, but it's coming out very soon. And I'm excited to see it. I'm actually going to go see A Quiet Place Day 1 this Sunday. So I expect on the next podcast for me to talk about that movie to actually see if I actually like it more than the previous two movies. Well, we'll talk about it on the next podcast. And also, Luigi's Mansion 2 HD has come out already for the Nintendo Switch. I'm like in level 4 already for this video game. I am enjoying my time for this game. The main reason why I got the Nintendo Switch, guys, it was because I wanted Luigi's Mansion 3. That was it. That was the main reason why I wanted to get a Nintendo Switch. Dude, Luigi's Mansion is funny. It's just a fun game to play. I am enjoying my time playing Luigi's Mansion 2. It used to come out for the 3DS, but like back then I did not own a 3DS, so I'm actually glad that now It's on the Nintendo Switch. So yeah, man. Can't wait to keep on playing that video game. It just recently just came out. And yeah, guys, that is it for this podcast. Hey, thank you so much for listening. If you guys did made it this far, make sure to actually subscribe to this channel and also follow this podcast on whichever platform you are listening to it. If you are listening to it on Spotify, YouTube, Pandora, make sure to follow it and also recommend this podcast to a friend or neighbor that actually likes listening to stuff about horror stuff, pop culture. Maybe they will enjoy this podcast as much as you do. And we have reached already over 50 subscribers on the YouTube channel, man. Yeah, that's great. I've been doing this podcast for over a year already. So I'm excited to keep on growing this podcast, guys. And hopefully y'all stayed with me and keep on listening to the podcast. Yeah, guys, that is it. Again, thank you so much for listening. Take care and live to the fullest. Bye.